Hey y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. I'm finally getting around to ranking my Natasha Denona palettes. So as you can see, I have several. I have 11 out of her collection, which there are a few that I don't have. Like I don't have any of the big ones that cost $2.39, the blue-green or green-brown and purple-blue, the Tin Pan palette, the Safari, the Biba, and the Tropic. But I have almost every other one because I love Natasha Denona's shadows. And this one was an extremely hard video for me to do because Natasha Denona has one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. And trying to rank them, it's more about color story for these than about formula, because that's one thing I can definitely say about her makeup is they are extremely consistent across the board. The quality to me is always there. I haven't had an eyeshadow palette that I felt was a dud. Now, to jump into it, we're gonna start off with my least favorite, and that is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. And she looks like this. She's pretty. Now, the issue that I have with this palette is these are extremely inexpensive. These retail for $25. So they are a great price. Is the depth of color in this. They are the shimmers. I love her shimmer formula. See how pretty that is? But the mattes for this are just a little bit lackluster. The pinky shade is almost my skin tone, and the gray kind of gets grayish green kind of gets a little lost on my skin. So that's why it's in last. Not because the formula is bad, it's just, and it's kind of a one-trick pony. You can only do a couple of different looks with it. Now number 10 is the Cranberry palette. Now these palettes are $49 and it's 5 of her regular size eyeshadows. And I love this color story. Look at that plum. And the red, they are just so beautiful. Swatch beautifully. Again, part of the reason why this is lower on the list is because it's kind of a one-trick pony. You can only do a few different eye looks with it. Again, the quality is stunning. It's just a little bit lower on my list. Next up might be one that surprises you, and that is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. This retailed for $129. She looks like this on the inside. Very pretty, very cool tone. Now there are some warm shades on here. And the reason why this is ranked lower is because the color story is stunning. I love a good purple pink eye look, but as you can see, the purples that are in here are more of metallic, and I wish that they were matte so I could get a little bit more use out of it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the mattes in here. It's just, and to me, this palette doesn't have any of those real special, super sparkly shades either. Now this duochrome right here is gorgeous. You can see how much shift there is. It's very red underneath and then a little bit of brown on top. It's a beautiful duochrome. But again, there's not that super sparkly formula in here either that I really love. So that is why the Lila comes in at number 9. Next up, again, another one that might surprise you, is the Love palette. This one is in 8th place. I got this around Valentine's Day. She is stunning. This is one of the smaller eyeshadow palettes, but it is still $65. And part of the reason why this is lower is, again, it's a gorgeous color scheme. It's just some of the colors, especially when you get them on the eye, there's not a whole lot of difference to it. And she's stunning. Like, look at that deep purple. Isn't that pretty? That duochrome, pink and gold. It's just, I love this formula. the colors that are in here, just to me, are not always the most flattering on my skin tone. Next up is the Bronze palette. I love this palette. I think it is absolutely stunning. It looks like this, but there's not a whole lot of variation in the looks. This is, again, one of the $65 palettes. The mattes are all very similar. The shimmers are gorgeous. I mean, you can see I've used her a few times. She's beautiful, but again, she's just not my number one. And the thing is, this was very difficult to choose through, and you'll understand what I mean whenever a lot of these rankings can be interchangeable depending on the season and what time of the year it is and what I'm doing, because one of these may be, I feel completely different about at certain points. Next up is the Mini Gold. Looks like this, $25. Love this army green right here. That is always one of my favorite shades. This gold, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? But just a beautiful all around. This is like if you need to travel and you need nudes, but you want something with a little punch, this is a stunning palette. It's absolutely amazing. Love this palette. This is my favorite mini palette that I have. Next up is the Sunrise palette. This is, again, one of the $65 palettes. It looks like this. Love the color scheme, love the color story, everything about this palette. I just don't reach for it as often as I do the next one, which is the Sunset palette. So as you can see, it looks like this. And I just feel like for my skin and things like that, that the Sunrise or Sunset is a little bit more flattering than the Sunrise. So, but they're both stunning. So, Sunset is in 4th place. As you can see, I've used this one a lot. It is just great, great, great quality. Okay, now we're getting up there into my tops. In 3rd place is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. This is what I have on my eyes today. Look how stunning that is. If you are looking for just the best basic nude kind of palette with a little bit of pop in there, this would be your go-to. The problem with it is it is expensive. It's $129. That's high. But, I mean, she just performs beautifully. This gold right here is what I have all over my lid. Look how beautiful that is and how rich. And then this duochrome where it's green and red and gold, or almost a trichrome. Look at that. That's what's in my inner corner. The white gold shade, also another beautiful inner corner color. Stunning. This is an amazing, amazing palette. So she's in number 3. Number 2, this is my first Natasha Denona palette. I bought this forever ago from Beautylish. It was $169. This is the Star palette. Love the outside packaging on it. And when we open her up, you will definitely be able to tell she has been used and abused. And this just has so many colors that are flattering for my skin. And it's almost separated into 2 separate 9-pan palettes. One definitely has more of those pinks and reds, which, again, the mattes are just stunning. This shade right here, and I pulled out the plastic and I shouldn't have, that is just a stunning metallic. The duochrome that's in here, it's like purple and green. So beautiful. Absolutely amazing. And she's an oldie, but a goodie. I've had her for years. And as you can see, I mean, her swatches still do her justice. And last but not least, my number 1 Natasha Denona palette is the Metropolis palette. I got this around Christmas time of 2018 or 2019. 2018, right? 2019. Whatever Christmas. Hold on. This was 2018, right before 2019. The Christmas palette, I think. When we were at Disney. Anyways, she's stunning. Or was it September? I don't know. I've had her a while. She's gorgeous. Love the color story in here. And part of the reason why this palette ended up at number 1 is this is a $129 palette, which is pricey. But as you can see, she's got more shades than all of the other $129 palettes. And you can almost, or you can recreate a look from almost every single other palette other than like the Lila and the Love palette, because of the color scheme in here. It is stunning. And like these greens, look at that, just gorgeous. And these deep navy and teal shade, I mean, just look at the color pigmentation. So gorgeous. But again, you can pretty much use this palette to recreate a look from every other palette. You can use it to recreate a bronze look, a mini gold, a sunrise, a sunset. So to me, this is the all-around MVP from Natasha Denona. Plus, it's got color, it's got neutrals, it's got something for everybody. Absolutely stunning. So this one is number 1. So I think on Friday we're going to do a live over here. I was asked the other day if I ever do lives on my second channel. So I figure we'll do a live on Friday. So we'll go live at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If y'all have any questions, or we'll just hang out and talk makeup, because y'all know your girl loves it. Don't forget to check me out on all my social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all on Friday for a live. Bye.